So you thought you knew everything there was to know about the Saw franchise? Think again. Our last video peeled back the curtain on some mind-boggling facts and behind-the-scenes secrets that changed the way you see this twisted masterpiece. But that was just the beginning. Get ready to have your mind blown again as we dive deeper into the dark world of Jigsaw. In this episode, we're uncovering even more shocking revelations, hidden details, and jaw-dropping behind-the-scenes moments that will make you question everything you thought you knew about Saw. So lock your doors, dim the lights, and prepare to be terrified and amazed. In an interview, writer Lee Wan-el revealed that the original concept for Saw had the characters Adam and Lawrence trapped in an elevator instead of the now iconic bathroom. This initial idea would have created a similarly claustrophobic and intense atmosphere, but as the script evolved, the setting was changed to a grimy, dilapidated bathroom. This shift allowed for more creative opportunities in terms of plot development and visual storytelling. The bathroom setting provided a more versatile and visually striking environment, enhancing the film's psychological horror elements and becoming a defining feature of the Saw franchise. The scenes where Adam and Dr. Gordon attempt to saw through their chains required a delicate touch due to the fragility of the hacksaws. The hacksaws were not robust enough to withstand aggressive sawing, and there was a risk they could easily break if too much force was applied. Cary Elwes, who played Dr. Lawrence Gordon in Saw, filed a lawsuit against the producers and the production company, alleging that he was only paid a nominal salary with back-end revenues despite being promised 1% of the film's profits. Given that Saw grossed over $100 million globally, this 1% would have amounted to a significant sum. The dispute was eventually settled out of court, but the disagreements led Elwes to distance himself from the franchise, choosing not to participate in any of the sequels until Saw 3D in 2010. The surveillance camera footage of Adam and Dr. Gordon in Saw presents a unique visual angle due to the way it was filmed and edited. Instead of shooting the scene with both actors together, the footage of each character was shot separately. This approach allowed for greater flexibility in capturing the desired performances and angles for each actor. During post-production, these separate shots were meticulously spliced together to create the final surveillance footage seen in the film. In the DVD commentary, Lee Wan-el revealed that the scene where his character Adam plunges his hand into a filthy toilet was a deliberate homage to Danny Boyle's Trainspotting, 1996. In Trainspotting, there's an infamous scene where Ewan McGregor's character dives into a squalid toilet to retrieve drugs, symbolizing the depths of his addiction. Wan-el and director James Wan wanted to evoke a similar sense of disgust and desperation in Saw. By referencing this iconic moment, they not only paid tribute to Boyle's film but also heightened the visceral impact of their own scene, emphasizing the extreme lengths to which the characters are pushed in their fight for survival. Lee Wan-el drew inspiration for the character of John Kramer from a deeply personal experience. While dealing with anxiety and headaches, Wan-el spent time in a neurology ward undergoing numerous tests. The fear and uncertainty of potentially receiving bad news made him reflect on his own mortality. This profound experience led him to create a character who was diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor, giving him only a few years to live. This diagnosis becomes a pivotal element of Jigsaw's backstory, driving his twisted philosophy of making his victims appreciate their lives through brutal tests. In one scene, the detectives trace a fire alarm to a warehouse located on Stygian Street, a name that holds special significance for director James Wan and writer Lee Wan-el. Stygian is a nod to Wan's first film, Stygian, 1998, which also starred Lee Wan-el. Casting director Amy Lippens selected her ex-husband, Paul Gottschalk, for the role of Mark in the film. Mark Wilson attracted John's attention after faking illness to skip work. To put his so-called illness to the test, John devised a trap in which Mark awoke in a pitch-black room. A tape revealed to Mark that the antidote to the poison in his veins had been placed within a locked safe. The combination to the safe had been scrawled somewhere amongst the hundreds of numbers written on the wall, leaving Mark with only one option: input every single number into the lock. To make the situation worse, the floor had been covered in shards of glass, and a flammable substance had been smeared over Mark's body, forcing him to take his time when using the candle flame to find the combination. During the intense fight scene between Adam and Zepp, Lee accidentally punched Michael Emerson. Despite the accidental nature of the punch, both actors continued with the scene, showcasing their professionalism and dedication to delivering a convincing performance. During the filming of Saw, Shawnee Smith faced a significant challenge as she battled a severe flu with a fever of 104 degrees, 40 degrees Celsius. But despite her illness, Smith remained dedicated to her role. Producers Orrin Coles and Mark Berg noted her remarkable commitment as she continued to perform her intense and physically demanding scenes under such harsh conditions. Her ability to deliver a compelling and convincing portrayal of Amanda, even while severely ill, is a testament to her talent and dedication to her craft. In the scene after Amanda stabs her cellmate, Donnie Greco, the guts she searches through were actually pig uteruses. The city where the events unfold is deliberately left unnamed. However, a subtle clue reveals the intended setting. The map used by detectives Tapp and Singh while reviewing fire alarm reports is actually a map of Washington, D.C. Charlie Clouser, the composer for Saw, faced a tight deadline, having only 3 weeks to create the film's score. Despite the limited time, Clouser managed to produce a haunting and memorable soundtrack that perfectly complemented the film's dark and suspenseful atmosphere, and delivered a high-quality score under intense time pressure. The music he composed played a crucial role in enhancing the film's tension and emotional impact, contributing significantly to the overall success and enduring legacy of Saw. Clouser's work on the film has since become iconic, with the main theme, Hello Zepp, being particularly well known and associated with the franchise. Saw pays homage to the works of Italian horror and giallo director Dario Argento through several visual and thematic references. One of the most notable nods is the creepy painted puppet, which is reminiscent of a similar figure in Argento's Deep Red, 1975. This puppet, known as Billy, has become an iconic symbol of the Saw franchise. Additionally, the unseen killer's black gloves are a direct reference to a common motif in Argento's films, where the killer often wears black gloves to conceal their identity. These stylistic choices not only acknowledge Argento's influence on the horror genre, but also enhance the eerie and suspenseful atmosphere of Saw, connecting it to a broader tradition of horror cinema. The creation and evolution of Billy the puppet in the Saw franchise is a fascinating journey of ingenuity and craftsmanship. For the original Saw film, James Wan described how Billy's face was crafted using clay, papier-mâché, and black ping-pong balls with painted irises, while paper towel rolls were used internally. To animate Billy, puppeteers pulled him along using a fishing line. By the time Saw 2 was in production, Billy was redesigned with mechanical features, allowing his jaw and eyes to be manipulated via remote control. For Saw 3, the original puppet was found to be too damaged for use, prompting the prop crew to recreate Billy with water jet cut foam for his body, plates to hold him together, and magnets to attach him to his tricycle. This version also featured a removable back of the head to facilitate the insertion of animatronic pieces. In Saw 4, the prop crew continued to innovate, constructing Billy's body from water jet cut foam held together by metal rods and using strong magnets to create a flat rear, enabling easy positioning on metal surfaces. The resin-filled ping-pong ball eyes and mouth were controlled remotely, showcasing the ongoing advancements in Billy's design and functionality throughout the series. The decision to turn Jigsaw's cloak inside out was actually made on the day of filming. Originally, the cloak was designed to be red, but the filmmakers decided to flip it, resulting in the black appearance we see in the movie. This change added to the eerie and mysterious aura of Jigsaw's character, enhancing the overall dark and grim atmosphere of the film. The scene where Adam navigates his dark apartment using the flash of his camera to see is a direct homage to Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window, 1954, where James Stewart's character, L.B. Jeffries, uses his camera flash to momentarily blind and disorient the approaching assailant, played by Raymond Burr. Dr. Gordon states that Jigsaw technically isn't a murderer, that he finds ways for his victims to kill themselves. He is right. Jigsaw technically never killed anyone himself. However, he could have still been charged with second-degree murder for each of his victims that died. In the United States, there is a statute that allows someone to be charged with murder even if they didn't actually intend to kill someone. Normally, if someone's reckless actions unintentionally cause a person's death, they are charged with involuntary manslaughter. However, when someone's actions go beyond reckless and they do something that puts another person in a situation where their death is a likely outcome, they are doing what is known as showing a depraved indifference to human life. It's called depraved indifference murder. By putting his victims in a situation where the likely outcome will be their death, Jigsaw would have been charged with multiple counts of second-degree murder under that statute, if he had been apprehended. Finally, Jigsaw gravely injures Detective Tapp with a knife during his attempted arrest, so he could also be charged with resisting arrest, as well as attempted murder. John Kramer intended for Adam to have a chance to escape by placing the key to his chain in the bathtub with him. However, when Adam inadvertently drained the tub, the key went down the drain, making his escape impossible. This twist is further elaborated in Saw 3, where it's revealed that Amanda deliberately sabotaged Adam's chance of survival by throwing the key onto his chest instead of placing it securely in his pocket. This act suggests that Amanda was aware of the risk that Adam could lose the key, indicating her intention to make the game unwinnable for him. Hello Zepp is one of the most iconic pieces of music from the Saw franchise, yet the phrase is never actually spoken in the film. The confusion arises because Hello Zepp is the title of the soundtrack piece that plays during the climactic final revelation scene. This powerful score became a hallmark of the series, accompanying the dramatic plot twists and rapid montage of flashbacks that reveal crucial details in each film. Despite its prominence, the actual line spoken in the movie is,
"Hello, Mr. Hindle," or as they called you around the hospital, Zepp.
Zepp Hindle is revealed to be another pawn in Jigsaw's twisted game, but the film itself doesn't specify why he was chosen. According to directors James Wan and Lee Wan-el in the audio commentary, Zepp enjoyed the power he had over others. The short prequel film Saw Rebirth provides further insight, revealing that Zepp habitually badmouthed doctors for being cold-hearted and unfaithful to their spouses, while secretly envying them and believing he was more qualified to be a doctor. Jigsaw deemed Zepp's issues significant enough to warrant a test, challenging him to see if he truly cared about others by forcing him into a situation where he had to decide whether to kill a mother and her child to save himself. John Kramer is depicted in the film with a shaved head. The short prequel film Saw Rebirth reveals that John shaves his head following a failed suicide attempt, marking his transformation into Jigsaw. This act of shaving his head represents a rebirth, a shedding of his former self as he embraces his new, twisted mission. Screenwriter Lee Wan-el explained that this pivotal scene was originally intended to be included in the film, but it was ultimately cut from the script by the producers. Also in the short prequel Saw Rebirth, it is revealed that John Kramer selected his early victims, Paul, Mark, and Amanda, based on his observations during his time in the hospital.
And that's all the fun facts and hidden details we have for you today about Saw. We hope you enjoyed learning something new about your favorite horror series. If you did, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, and share this video with your friends. And stay tuned for more fun facts videos in the future. Until next time, trap yourself in a good movie, stay sharp, and peace out.